Ain't no more hiding. You can't hide no more, Derrick.
Hide.
We'll find out who the best
Hey, man,
listen.
Only thing been hiding is
I respect you
Big
for
Mac.
what you've done in the game.
Cheetos.
But you ain't never went up against me or my staff.
That's the only thing been hiding.
So you remember something.
What? Tell me what I got to remember.
We've been here before.
So you say
you trying to get there.
No. You,
all right?
Wait.
I can tell you how it is to be undisputed.
Wait. You can tell.
You can't tell me.
Listen, you the only.
Sit back and watch this.
Wait, is Jamel Charlo on?
Sit back and watch this. I promise you something.
Hey, listen.
I promise you something.
Hey, man, listen, man. They got to make a new weight for you. Super heavyweight. What the you talking about? We know
all that you talking don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
I can bump my guns at you. You can bump your guns at me. But at the end of the day, them two brothers got to get in the ring.
That's right.
All right, then. So shut the up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He didn't have a fucking round.
Okay.
He didn't even touch Bud. What? I'm talking about that knowledge. And he listened to his corner.
You got it. I give respect. Respect.
Hey, Bomac, do you feel like Derrick should have stopped the fight?
He should have never signed the contract.
Oh, wow.
Now, everybody's entitled to their opinions, right? But sometimes the facts are the facts. And Derrick James says that Errol is taking this rematch and that his guy's the better fighter altogether. Better than Terence Crawford, right? And I see that Derrick James has a real problem with Team Crawford, right? Even Bomac, everybody over there, he seems to have a certain type of animosity for those guys. But let's see what Derrick had to say.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
And you think he'll be victorious in that rematch?
I know he'll be.
You know he'll be.
Different situation, different way, everything. So yeah.
He said, I know it'll be. Different situations. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So some people are saying something was off with him that night. Was he sick or anything?
You look very off to me, but I mean, doesn't take.
See, dude had that loaded question up for him. He loaded that question up for him, and Derrick was like, yeah.
Take away from what happened to Terence Crawford's victory. I mean, but that's okay.
Right, it's okay. Yeah, because a lot of people were surprised by him getting knocked out. But is he still? You think he's a better boxer than Terence Crawford?
I think my guy's a better fighter altogether. I mean, things have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bad day.
Now, is he going to get the rematch for Terence?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And you think he'll be victorious in that rematch?
I know he'll be.
You know he'll be.
Different situation, different way, everything. So yeah.
So some people are saying something was off with him that night. Was he sick or anything?
You look very off to me, but I mean, doesn't take away from what happened to Terence Crawford's victory. I mean, but that's okay.
Right, it's okay. Yeah, because a lot of people were surprised by him getting knocked out. But is he still? You think he's a better boxer than Terence Crawford?
I think my guy's a better fighter altogether. I mean, things have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bad day.
Now, if he was the better fighter, why didn't he win, for one? And I let that play twice so you guys could hear it. But if he was the better fighter, he would have won, Derrick. But I get it, though, right? The dude that seemed to have done this interview, I'm not quite sure who this is. What's his name? Inside Fighting. Go check him out at Inside Fighting, right? The guy that did this interview. He kind of loaded up some questions. There was really tough, good questions, and he kind of put Derrick on the spot to where he pretty much got to say my guy's the better fighter. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Derrick James, dude, you had no answer for Terence Crawford, bro. You had no plan. No plan B, no plan C, no plan D. You had no plans. You had no good game plan to deal with Terence Crawford. You didn't. Right? And speaking of Terence Crawford, he has something to say about Derrick James. Yeah, that's right. Strange enough, Bud Crawford had some things more recently that he had to say about Derrick James. Derrick James, like I said before, you guys, seemed like he had something really personal against Team Crawford, Bomac, and those guys, right?
Derrick James, he did a lot of disrespecting my coach. The media was disrespecting my coach. The fans, they was disrespecting my coach. but you know, he showed high level coaching the night of the fight, and I don't think Derrick James was on his level when it's all done. When you compare the two, I believe that they didn't have a backup plan. I believe, you know, him telling his fighter to step around, and that's all he was telling them. That was bad coaching for that night. Not to say that Derrick James is a bad coach at all, because I wouldn't disrespect him by saying that, because he's a great coach. He's done great things in the sport of boxing, but that night he got outcoached. Derrick James, you know,
he got outcoached, and Derrick James will have to live with that, because Derrick James is a highly regarded coach in the sport of boxing. If you didn't know, right? Derrick James is highly regarded. He's one of the best coaches in boxing. But he got outcoached by Bomac, man. The Cheeto eating, super heavyweight, 5-20 Bomac, right? The dudes that they was trashing and bashing over the internet, right? A lot of people didn't even know Bomac was going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even put that out there like that, but Bomac definitely showed up and showed out. And now Bomac is the man right now. Bomac, everything he said, everything he's been saying has come to fruition. And it's not just Bomac, it's a collective effort from all his team. But Bomac is the strategist. He's the leader. So, but it's a collective effort from 3 different guys to prepare Terence Bud Crawford. So it's 3 against 1, Derrick James. Right? And then you telling Errol to step around. That's all he did tell him. To step around. Step around for what? Step around where? How? Tell me what to do. I'm gonna get out of this. Errol couldn't figure it out. Errol he don't have the IQ to even figure it out for himself to get out of that predicament. So I said there's no hope. There's really like this very, very slim chance, even at 154 pounds. Even at 154 pounds, what's gonna be different? What are you gonna do different in a rematch against Terence Crawford, bro? What are you going to do different besides be mad and bitter about it? Instead of humbling yourself. Maybe bringing Blu-ray back. Maybe bringing another coach in to add something new to Spence's game to help him deal with Terence Crawford, bro. Nah, my fighter just a better fighter. It was just a bad night, bad day. Nah, Terence Crawford is the better fighter, bro. Because the better man won that night. Errol Spence said it. Errol Spence, the only person that didn't make any excuses to why he lost to Bud, bro. Everybody else did. Even his coach had an excuse. Of course, the guy laid the question up to him. He laid it up. But come on, bro. We know who the better fighter is. Terence Bud Crawford said you got out-coached, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely. After the second round, when I heard him, I felt as if he couldn't handle my power like I can handle his.
Couldn't even handle his power. None of that stuff, bro. None of it.
I remember him throwing a overhand looping left, and he caught me right on the button. I think it was the first order, second round. And, you know, I was just like, this is it? I was like, oh, okay. You know, it's going to be a long night for him.
That's right. Spence can't even crack, bro. He's not. And Crawford, based off what he said, he had a hard time making 147. So he's probably ready to go to 154 too. So he could be even stronger at that weight.
he did a lot of disrespecting my coach. The media was disrespecting my coach. The fans, they was disrespecting my coach. But, you know, he showed high level coaching the night of the fight. And I don't think Derrick James was on his level when it's all done. When you compare the two, I believe that they didn't have a backup plan. I believe, you know, him telling his fighter to step around, and that's all he was telling them. That was bad coaching for that man, because he's a great coach. He's done great things in the sport of boxing, but that night he got outcoached.
He got out coached, and Derrick is gonna have to sit there and eat that. So they go take the rematch. So Crawford's next fight likely will be Errol Spence. We'll do Spence Fans Perspective Part 2, probably with Spence. Hopefully the Spence guys can rally together and get their morale back going and try to go for this thing again. But I don't think it's necessarily a good idea. But hey, I'm all in with it. Derrick said he's the better fighter. Let's see him go out there and prove it. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.